charged one person for a trip across the Gulf Stream. And our stroller, if you can see it under there, is about to collapse.
Shortly after I started looking for chances to crew to go on a learning trip, we ran into Elle and Annabelle from Petit Chantier in the park where we were in Stewart. Many of you may know them from their channel, Voilier Les Copains. They did an interview with us while we were both in Indiantown. And they were on their way out to the Bahamas. And I told them that I was looking for a chance to go with somebody to cross the Gulf Stream and sail around in the Bahamas a little bit.
So we may have ever so slightly exceeded maximum weight recommendation on the stroller. It is squeaking in protest.
I mean, it could be 35 pounds per seat, right?
I mean,
That could be.
2 full bags of cans and fries. Except that every bag on there contains canned goods.
And I asked if I could come along, and they were really kind and extended an invitation to travel with them.
All right, so here we are, Tuesday morning, preparing for the very first crossing of the Gulf Stream and first international passage. Tom is departing from us to get some experience. This came up very suddenly. We've had a wild couple of days trying to tick all of the boxes to get ready to go, but how's it feel?
Only 20 minutes.
It feels good. It feels good. We got the COVID test, we got the health visa, we got food and provisions together.
On
packed,
foot.
more or less caught up with all of the work and digital things that I needed to be caught up on, so I'm ready to go.
All in a day.
All right, so we are going to be doing some shorter interludes while Tom is underway, and then we'll get back with full-length episodes on the other side of this, letting you know how all of our adventuring has gone and whether we're going to keep adventuring or side off. All right. Bon voyage.
Bye-bye. I love you. Ah.
I need to film you. Okay, wave to Papa and Miss Annabelle. Bye. Love you.
All right, so this will be my home away from home for the next little while, through this little hobbit door into the V-Bird. Look at that. And of course, the most exciting thing is the view outside. Petit Chantier is a Corbin 39. It was built in 1982 in Quebec, and it's a really solid, heavy-duty, ocean-going cruiser. Got my rain gear, electronics, clothes. Nice and cozy. There's plenty of room in the boat here. There's the head right next to the cabin, and then through this hobbit door is the main salon. Lots of room in here. Annabelle is hard at work on her episode. And then the galley here along the side, along this big bulkhead. But it's really a sort of lovely space inside. Very comfortable for lots of people. And this is the pilot house. So we've got a good view of everything from in here. And it's set up so that there are engine controls, autopilot steering, radar and navigation all in here, plus the radio and all of this stuff. This is Elle and Annabelle's cabin. Safety equipment is under there. And then out into the cockpit. You can see the setup of the boat. The crew of Petit Chantier is a lovely French-Canadian couple. Eloi is the resident musician and captain of the ship, and Annabelle is the filmmaker, the woman behind the camera, and also co-pilot, sort of fellow traveler. So we're getting ready to leave. That's Annabelle at the wheel, and Eloi is raising the anchor there at the front of the boat. The first thing we do is to drive past the mooring field, and I, look out and hear these little voices calling on the wind, "Bye, Papa!" I wish I could show them to you like I could see them. They were there, and I was so sad to be saying goodbye for a while.
Camera on. Beautiful departure, huh?
Yes.
We've been circling right in front of where Blowing in the Wind, the sailboat is, for like an hour and a half. And now we're finally gone, just because of a bridge that would not open.
So this is the beginning of my big trip across the Gulf Stream and into the Bahamas. My first time really dealing with any seriously large water, and just said goodbye to the family. Waved goodbye to them for a little while. The idea of going on a trip came up, and it just sort of opened up among something inside. Feeling that this is something that is less incidental to my life than I thought. There's something I really need to do out here, something I really need to learn. A bientôt. The trip down to West Palm from Stewart we did on the Intracoastal Waterway. So the navigation was pretty straightforward. It's the kind of thing that I've done before, but I did look at it with different eyes. I looked at it with an eye toward what we would need to do in our boat to make it down. I was really optimistic at first because we would have to make changes. We would have to go about doing things differently, but if we were patient, we could get all the way through. Though as the day wore on and the night wore on, and we came through bridges that were more intensely timed, in conditions that were more crowded, in front of fancier houses and bigger boats, I began to think that maybe we were just going to have to go out the inlet and make our way down the coast before heading out to the Bahamas. At any rate, by the end of this journey, I was really tired. I had been up late getting ready to go, and I turned in early. Elle and Annabelle took care of getting the boat into the anchorage at West Palm, getting the hook down, and getting us set for the night so that we would be ready to go the next morning.